If you watch one video to get a skill set, this is it. I guarantee it. Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Mike Kollin at MikeKollin.com. Okay, so you're going to be really glad that you found this video. I'm going to teach something that I spent thousands of dollars to learn. This is just one aspect, but it's something you learn in an NLP neuro-linguistic program training. Now, obviously, this is going to be a complete training on this subject, but it will give you tools to use almost immediately. Now, what this video is going to really end up about, because I'm going to teach you something first and then show you something after about what women do to men all the time. And I am telling you, men go freaking bonkers, berserkers, because they don't understand. Like, why do women play games? Why are they doing this? Okay. Now, I was just watching a video. They used Sadia Khan's image, but it wasn't. It ended up being a really horrible, rough video of something that looked like Sadia Khan, but it definitely didn't look like her. But it was supposed to be her. It was even wearing that same sheer green sleeve shirt she wore in some of her videos. And I'm sure they literally copied her verbatim verbally. They probably just copied it and changed it into a slightly different Sadia Khan voice. AI voice. Today, you're going to understand the difference between people giving you empty advice versus someone who gives you actual physical tools that actually work. Consider yourself lucky, because you're going to understand something that nobody, even Sadia Khan, doesn't understand. They have a vague kind of sort of advice tip kind of thing, but they don't really understand what's going on. Okay, we're going to talk about the hot and cold thing, okay? We're going to talk about the push-pull that women do. They're totally into you, and then they pull away. And then 3-4 days later, they come back, okay? So here's the deal. When a woman actually likes you, she begins to have an internal conflict inside her brain. Her left brain wants independence, her left brain wants independence, her right brain wants connection, emotional connection. Now, when a woman truly falls in love, she's in love. And that's the difference between men and women. It's like women fight it. They try to stay out of it. I made a video, and a lot of you guys didn't watch it. I was surprised. Like, it was one of the best videos I've ever made, one of the most informative videos. You've got to watch that video. So the video says, test women to disqualify them. Okay? Now, I'm going to explain that. It really will attract women to you because you're doing something that her brain thinks is normal. What men do is they're trying to get the girl, and her brain goes, whoa, whoa, and it makes her back off. It makes her kind of pull away, like, whoa, like you're trying to get a hold of me, right? See, when you're testing to push away, like, yeah, I don't think you're good enough for me. I'm looking for a reason to disqualify you. I'm looking for a reason to say, yeah, you're not good enough for me. There's something about you I don't like, something wrong with you. And that's what women do to men. And then what happens is when you guys try to prove to her, and this is why you do it. It's a very subtle thing. And here's the thing you gotta understand. Women are not going, I'm going to play mind games with this guy. Now, there are some fucked up women that do. But this is a very unconscious process that women go through because they have this internal battle. A part of them wants to fall in love. Another part's like, no, hell no. I want my independence. I'm not doing that. Because here's the deal. You got to understand, once they give in, once they surrender, they are hook, line, and sinker, and there's no going back. It is a hormonal thing that shifts. And those chemicals take over. And they know it. So they're like, once I dive in, that's it. All right, what's my point in bringing that up? I'm trying to explain something, trying to find a good way to explain it is there's an internal conflict going on with women that men aren't aware of. Whereas with you, your left and right and your heart and your body wants to be in love. I like this girl. She's cute. She's sexy. She's something about her. You don't have the internal conflict that women have. Now remember that. We're going to come back to this. One thing you're going to notice about my teachings is I teach one piece, and then I teach a separate piece, and then I teach a separate piece, then I teach another piece, and then I start connecting the pieces, and then I'll teach another piece, and we'll connect all 5 pieces together, and then you'll see how they all work in unison. Now, as I was watching this video, this AI video, it's talking about, well, how to know the difference between a girl who's just playing because she likes to be chased versus the woman who actually likes you. So one of the biggest mistakes men make is when a woman pulls away, You think, oh, I guess she doesn't like me. Oh well. No. It usually when a woman pulls away, it means she really likes you and she's having this internal conflict. It's kind of like when she's with you, oh, I'm in love, but when she goes home and she's in bed, she's like, damn, I'm gonna miss going out with my girlfriends. I'm not gonna be able to do this. I'm not gonna be. Oh shit, man. Oh man. I don't know. And then boom, they get scared and they run. Now here's the deal: if they're not falling in love with you, they won't run. They won't play this cat and mouse game. And here's the thing: they're not. It's not like they're going, I'm gonna play this game. No, it's something internal. It's an internal battle that goes on with them. Now, for the women or girls who aren't in love with you and you're just an option, you'll feel it. Man, they may not text you back right away, especially early on. They may text you back in a day or 2 or 3 days. It's because they have other options or dating around and they're not in love with you. And so, oh, well, I don't have nothing to do and I don't want to pay for dinner, so I guess I'll call this guy and see if he wants to take me out to dinner. You'll feel the energy. It'll be way different. She won't really care. It won't be a big deal to her if you leave. And she doesn't put that much effort in, especially after the beginning phase. She just kind of fades away and whatever, you text her, oh, I'm busy, let me think about it. All those words that women will use, right? All right. So a woman that loves you, here's what's going to happen. If she really loves you, there's a technique I'm going to teach at the end here. She will eventually slowly start to feel safe with you. The number one thing that I teach in my course is teaching men how to create this energy, what I call being emotionally grounded with internal awareness. This makes women feel comfortable with you, which equals safety. The number one thing, I'm telling you right now, there's even a pattern that I'm going to teach you that will walk her through this to this step, to this place she needs to be. She needs to feel comfortable with you. If she doesn't feel safe, she's going to run and she won't come back. All right, so that's another story. That's another series, okay? That's not this. So here's the deal. The difference between a woman who's truly in love with you versus a woman who just, she's having fun dating you and you're just an option. So there's no fear there. When she's not in love with you, there's no fear of falling in love with you. And then she doesn't have to worry about whether she feels safe with you or not, or whether you're a nice guy or a good guy. She doesn't really care. Whereas a girl who's going to fall in love with you, she's going, oh shit, is this guy a good guy? Is this guy someone I truly feel safe with? Like long term, is he a psycho? Is he a nut job? Does he blow up, at the littlest thing and throw shit and beat people up? Like what's going? Like she's trying to find out. Like I need to find out who this guy is because I'm starting to fall in love with this guy. Now here's the difference. A woman who is falling in love with you and who truly has love for you, she will slowly feel more and more comfortable with you. And the game of pulling away, and again, it really isn't a game. It gets less and less and less until she feels comfortable with you and she starts to bond with you. Now, a girl who's just dating you because it's an option, that distance, let's say she doesn't call you back for 3 days or 5 days. It never stops. It just keeps going on and on and on and on. And she doesn't slowly get closer and closer and closer to you. So the option girl just keeps you an option, and she may just stop talking to you one day because she was never in love with you. The girl who's in love with you, she slowly gets closer and closer and closer and spends more and more time and does less of the pulling away for 3 days or 5 days or 7 days. Like that starts to get less and less, closer and closer. Okay, so that eventually stops. Now, this is not the big aha moment that I'm leading up to. There's going to be a shift here, okay? Now, let me give you the third woman that you really need to get away from. It's the woman who loves the chase. It makes her ego feel great. She loves it when she can get as many guys as possible to chase her. With this woman, she plays the game. And the cat and mouse game, she gets really, really close and then she pulls away for 5 days. She gets really, really close and then she pulls away and she goes, you call her up 2 days later. Oh, yeah, I'm washing my hair, dude. Got to shampoo my hair. Sorry, I can't meet with you. It's just the runaround, the bullshit. And there's a consistent distance that never ends. But the funny thing is the excitement is always there, especially when she wants to attract you again. It's like she's doing the hot and cold consciously on purpose because she loves to lure you in. That's the difference between a woman who's falling in love with you versus a woman who's never going to fall in love with you, and she gets a rush, she gets an ego boost, she gets an adrenaline rush from you chasing her. Okay, so let's round all this up and then move on to the next segment. So there's 3 girls. There's the woman who's falling in love. There's the woman who's just option girl, okay? Then there's the chase me girl. The woman who's falling in love with you, she will, it's like you'll have moments where you're getting close, you're getting intimate, you're kissing, you're hugging, she's snuggling, she's leaning up against you at the movies, has her arm underneath your arm, you're just really starting to feel the vibe. And then all of a sudden, she doesn't return your text the next day, or the day after that, or the day after that. And then maybe the 3rd, 4th, or 5th day, maybe even longer, she suddenly comes back. It's because, now here's the thing, you got to kind of sense the undercurrent. Which girl is she? Is she falling in love and she's terrified? Because here's what you're going to notice. You're going to notice like this kind of, this nervousness, this herky-jerkiness, that she's kind of hesitant and she's excited at the same time. It's like both. It's like the gas and the brakes are on at the same time. Whereas the option girl, she doesn't really have that. I mean, it's fun in the beginning, but that starts to fade away fairly fast. And there's no fear because she's not in love. There's no fear of, oh my God, I'm falling in love. I gotta pull back. I gotta reassess. And it's not there. So that's how you notice the option girl. The girl that's playing a game, it never ends. And the cycle is very high. It's intense. It's fun, especially when she can get you to chase her, and then she disappears. And then she comes back around. It's a cat and mouse game that never ends. So sense that energy. It's more intense because it's an adrenaline rush. The woman who's falling in love, it's kind of nervousness with excitement, with nervousness. It's kind of this herky-jerky thing. Versus the girl who's its game, it's exciting. I mean, the energy level's through the roof when she's coming around. But then when she's gone, it just ends. But then she'll come back around. Now let's go back to the woman who's starting to fall in love. The strongest feelings will create the greatest distance. She may not call you for a while. So the strongest feelings will cause the strongest resistance as well. So she may actually argue with you more and she may disagree more because it's like this resistant thing that's going on. Where Miss Options, there's really no resistance. She just wants to go out and have a good time because she's not falling in love and therefore there's no fear. Whereas Miss Excitement, I think you understand how that works. Now let's go back to the woman who's falling in love. I'm going to use some big logical analytical science words because that's what sells. And believe it or not, it actually does. Men buy into this stuff. Here's the deal. These are just 4 sub-languages: visual, auditory, kinesthetic, and then auditory digital. The words I'm going to use are, there's actual neuroscience behind it. Now, the reason why I use that is because men fall for that. I'm using scientific words. This is logical, Mike. I'm into it. Which it makes sense because if that's the part of the brain you use, I should be using that so you can understand it. Now, a visual person won't like those words. They're going to need, like, show me. I need to see this, like, in detail. Like, I have to picture it. So if you're not a visual person, well, you're not going to like that language. We literally speak 4 languages: visual, auditory, kinesthetic, auditory, digital. So let's go back to the neuroscience, okay? Now, watch this. When it's unexpected, when a woman develops unexpected feelings, it is, how do I say this? It is experienced through the amygdala the exact same way chemically as when she's in actual danger, like she's being hunted down or wild animals going to kill her or, crazy person. It literally becomes that scary. So what do most men do? Oh, that fucking bitch. Oh, you might even go down to her work and get mad and yell at her. Oh, or you might call her, or she might eventually call, like, what the fuck's your problem? You've been doing this for like 3 months now. What the hell? Maybe not 3 months, but 2 months. And that's the worst thing you can do because she's already terrified. She's in absolute fear. And this is why women need you to stay calm and grounded. This woman, this young lady is falling in love with you. She needs you to make her feel comfortable because she's terrified. She is in love with you. She does like you. See, this is why a lot of you guys Mike, I bet my life that she was in love with me. And you're right, she was. The problem is you didn't handle it correctly. And there's something I'm going to introduce to you in this video that's going to be something you've never heard before anywhere else. So what I'm trying to get you to understand is, like, you need to see this from her perspective. When a woman's falling in love, she gets terrified and she will pull away. It's okay. This is what makes the difference between a great businessman and someone who fails at business. Patience. Play the long game. Now, a client of mine sent me some silver. Okay, not a whole lot, but it's enough. It's about $500+ worth. It started out at, I think it was $430 or something, and since then it's gone up to 530, or the value of it by the ounce. I think they call it the Troy ounce. So the thing is I could sell it, but then if it goes down, well, actually no. If I sell it when it's high and then it goes down, then I can buy more at a lower level, and now I have more silver. So when it goes back up, I can sell it and make more of a profit. So it's kind of like, once you sell it, though, you can't spend the money no matter what. You've got to hold on to that money, and that's the discipline. There's a discipline of playing the long game. And believe it or not, this whole thing that she's going through is part of her mating system trying to figure out, does this guy have the discipline? Does this guy have the will to stay calm and understand and know, hey, this is just part of the pattern she's going through. If you can play the long game and you have the discipline to stay down to earth and emotionally grounded, she's going to come back and she's going to release, open up, and fall in love. Now, what I just taught you will help you to play the long game better, because you're like, oh, it's literally part of the process that her mating system has to go through to feel comfortable enough with you to have children. And that's what happens when a woman falls in love. Her body, listen closely, her body, her emotions, her hormones literally take over. Once she's in love, it's all about creating babies. It's all about a family, and this whole system that's designed inside her, it literally takes over, and she's on for the ride. She's on for the ride. She's not in control. This is why women have to make sure that you're a solid mate, and this is one of the ways that they find out. Like, hey, is this guy down to earth? Does he have a sense of a mental, emotional discipline to where he can understand, like, hey, this is part of the process. Let's keep going. What I'm about to teach you is also going to make it a lot more easier to go with the flow, because you're going to understand, like, oh, so she's literally doing the process. Her body has taken over. By the way, this is Gina Carano. She's a famous she was a Muay Thai fighter in Thailand for many, many years, and she fought in MMA, and I think she fought in the UFC one time. Oh, no, I don't think she ever did fight in the UFC, now I think about it. If you're wondering about the discrepancies in boobs, she has massive boobs, like, for real. She actually played in that one movie, that Star Wars type movie, and I can't remember, she was like Boba Fett or something like that. I forget what she was. But in real life, she has massive boobs. Now, here she was cutting massive weight. She cut all the way down, and her boobs went all the way down. So as she gained some natural fat, well, the boobs came back. Okay, so what I'm noticing as we're talking about this, as I was listening to this video, I'm like, oh, they don't understand. There's something happening that her system is looking for. Her mating system, the number one thing that she is looking for is, do you have social skills? The number one social skill is rapport. If you don't have rapport skills, you will not get along with people, and people will not like you. You will not get the raise. You will not get the job. You will not get the better position. You will not get the corner office. You will not move forward in life. This is why a lot of you are like, I don't understand, because you don't have rapport skills. Once you have true rapport skills, a complete set of them, the world and life opens up to you. If you don't have rapport with someone, they don't feel comfortable with you. They don't feel safe with you. And here's another thing. When you don't have rapport, communication is blocked. People can't understand you. When you have rapport, it's like opening a door to their neurology, and all of a sudden, boom, they can understand you. Now, I'm going to give you the basis of rapport, and then I'm going to come back around to what this first part of the video is about, and then you're going to see something that you never understood. Now, here's the deal. If you've never studied NLP or gone to a Tony Robbins seminar and learned step by step even the basics of rapport, This might be brand new to you, and it's probably going to blow your mind. By the way, I trained at Hewlett-Packard 4 times. We did 4 hours. One of them went over to 6 hours. So they called me in to do NLP trainings at Hewlett-Packard back in the 90s. And the skill set is the number one reason why they called me. They wanted to learn this. Now, this isn't going to be a complete training. In the in the Cracked Female Code course, I will teach you rapport on every little piece of it, okay? If you want to make more sales, you have to have rapport. You want to be a better marketing expert, you have to have rapport. You have to understand rapport, or you're going to suck at marketing. You want to be a better car salesman, a better real estate agent. You want to be a better businessman. You have to gain rapport. You want to meet the girl of your dreams and get the girl of your dreams. You have to have rapport. This is the number one thing her mating system is looking for on an unconscious level. Now, I taught Dunham Realty in Vacaville, California. They actually used to live across the street from me when I was a little kid. So when I completed my training, I was like, hey, I need to get some experience. I called in, and they go, and they're like, oh, well, we learned this before. But they were nice. They paid me, I think it was like $250 or something to teach their salesmen, saleswomen. And it's like, oh, so you guys think you understand rapport? They're like, oh, yeah. I'm like, tell me the truth. What do you think about it? And they're like, what do you mean? I go, I bet you guys were really excited in the beginning, but then after about 2 months after going to that seminar, you stopped using them, you got really bored, and you probably don't think they work, huh? And they're like, actually, you're right. I don't use those skills at all anymore because they didn't work. And I'm like, I'm going to tell you why. It was too complicated because they didn't understand the core basis of it. And that's what happens even in the top NLP trainings that I went through. It took me years to go, oh my God, they literally screwed us up. In so many, I forget who it was. It might have been Tony Robbins or someone said, you know, a lot of you guys have natural rapport and you do much better before you learn that stuff. And you learn that stuff and you get so confused and scrambled that you're just like, oh, screw it. And you just go back to the old way. Because there's a lot of different things you can use to do rapport skills. And this is what happens. You have all these things in your head going, oh, shit, what do I do? And you try to use all of them. No, that's going to blow it. So here's what I taught them. Here's the basis. This is the foundation. And this is all you need right here. I could literally walk away and almost probably half of you would start succeeding at this. I'm going to tell you something, and it's going to go back to what the first part of this video was about. So what really is rapport when you break it down to the bare bones? Like, what is it? Matching and mirroring. That's it. Nothing else, no more. That's it. And nobody has realized what women's unconscious mind is doing when they pull away, when they go into this fear state and they pull away. I'll get back to that. Now, let me give you some actual skills and tools of actual rapport skills. Like, these are different things that you can do to gain rapport with someone's unconscious mind. Now remember, when you gain rapport, you're not being sneaky. You're opening the door and they can see you clearly, they can hear you clearly, and they can feel your vibe clearly. You are literally, instead of having that big 2-inch thick wood door or metal frame door, the door is open and now they can see you. They can hear you clearly. First, and they can't even see your facial expressions, your body language. What are you saying? What? See, when you don't have rapport, it frustrates the hell out of people and they're like, I'm out of here. And that's what a lot of you guys do to women. One of the number one things the female's right brain and mating system is looking for, clarity in communication. Well, if you followed my channel, you know that men don't speak the right brain language. Even you guys following this channel, I can't teach it on this channel. It's not that easy. You have to, there is processes and patterns you have to learn. We have to condition it into you. We have to teach you the language and then how to put the pieces together. It seems complicated, but once you start doing it, it's like, oh, we're literally just doing A, B, C, and D. And I'm like, yeah, that's all we're doing. So one of the biggest things that I discovered is that men and women are not speaking the same language. Now, linguistics will say, well, yeah, there's the right brain language and the left brain language, and yet no one teaches this. Nobody says, oh, this is why men and women don't understand each other. I come along and say, oh, this is pretty obvious because, number one, we can't understand each other because we're literally speaking a different language and we're using two different processors. Now, no one ever thought to go, hey, wait a minute. Number one, we should teach men how to use the right brain's processor. Number two, we should then teach them how to use the hidden internal language, because now she has clarity, she has understanding, and you're on the same page, meaning matching and mirroring. You're speaking her language, and now she understands you, and she has clarity. You're going to blow her away when you do even just a couple pieces of this. So let me give you the gist of rapport skills, matching and mirroring, okay? So let's say she's talking fast. Do you talk really? See, I can do it right now, and you're going to get kind of irritated because I've been going so fast for so long. And you had rapport with that tempo and rhythm. And right now you're going off. Some of you might even got off the video because of that. So now I have to go back up and gain rapport with you again. Now, okay, watch this. What we teach people is like, well, how do you know when you have rapport? You know you have rapport when you can lead. So everyone says, got to be the alpha male, got to be, just take charge, just run her over, just be forceful. No, leading is when you gain rapport with her unconscious mind. And they're like, well, how do you know when you have rapport? That's when you lead. So let's say you're talking at a tempo like this, boom, 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 and she starts to gain rapport with that, and you boom, and she's going bum, 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 and then you start to shift down, and you start to talk a little bit. Not, you don't want to be too drastic, but shift down a little bit, and she follows you down at the same tempo. That's how you know. Now she's following you. This is what women mean when they say they're looking for a leader. It has nothing to do with muscles or alpha male bullshit. Guys, that stuff is such a crock of shit. You guys have been misled. This is why you go, nothing's working. Women suck. No, it's because no one's teaching you these skills. All right, so now let me give you another example. So one way they'll do it is they'll have at a seminar. And they did it at Tony Robbins. They did it during an NLP training. So the trainers are up on the chairs up on stage, and what they do is they gain rapport with the rapport leaders of each row. So eventually you follow when what will happen is one person will cross the right leg over the left leg, and within 3 to 5 seconds, every single person in that row will follow. Okay, and it is the most amazing thing to fucking watch. You're like, holy shit. So when I get up on stage, I will do stuff like I'll start to talk faster, I'll start to talk slower, I'll cross my right arm over my left arm over my right arm, and boom, within seconds, everyone that's sitting down listening to me will follow. That's how I know I have rapport. Now remember, you don't go straight to leading. That's the alpha male thing. Just, if she follows, great. If not, fuck her. No. Her mating system is looking for a man who knows how to do this, okay? So what happens is now write this down. You have to meet her where she is at. And that's matching or mirroring. So what is matching and mirroring, Mike? Let's say you're sitting in front of me and I raise my right hand. If you raise the same hand on the same side, meaning your left hand because you're facing me, that's a mirror. It's like you're looking into a mirror. Now, if you were to raise your right hand, that would be matching. Now you're doing the same thing, but the other side. That's matching. Matching and mirroring. Mirroring is more powerful. It's more unconscious. But matching keeps it conscious to where they know what's going on. Now, there are some rapport skills that I'm going to teach you that even Tony Robbins doesn't teach. These are some things that I've learned from Buddha Kam and Buddha Chandi. In NLP, they make you go through the practitioner, master practitioner, and then at the NLP training, they teach you the most powerful matching and mirroring technique. Because what they do in the beginning is like, you got to do the step 1, step 2, all these fucking steps, especially if you're talking to a crowd. But then they say, hey, here's all we're doing. We're doing this. And you're like, what? Why didn't you teach this to us in the first day? And they're like, well, then you wouldn't have kept coming back. And we wouldn't have made as much money. Now, what I'm teaching is a level above that, like levels above that. This is their mastery stuff that they're teaching, and I come in and say, watch this. Okay, almost done here. Now, let me give you some more. Now, there's something called the predicate system. I'm going to kind of go fast because I'm trying to give you an idea of this. Here's what I'm going to do. If you want to learn rapport skills, we can do as many sessions as you need to. It shouldn't take more than 2 or 3 sessions to get the completion of it and get pretty damn good at it. I will only charge you $97 for this, and this goes all the way into the end of January, okay? Per session, however many sessions you want to fit in. All right, now, matching and mirroring. So number 1's predicate system, okay? So you want to match their unconscious predicate system, meaning the language. See, that we have 4 unconscious languages. Visual, I see, picture, look. I'm pointing at my eye. These are all visual words, predicates. Auditory, I hear, I'm pointing to my ear. What you're saying, I'm pointing to my mouth and my ear. Talk to me. That sounds right, okay? So you got look, picture, show, and a whole bunch of other ones. Then you got auditory words. Hear what you're saying, tell me, talk to me. That sounds right. Then you've got the kinesthetic. Those people use physical words like they're grabbing something with their hand because it's physical. So kinesthetic predicates are like, I get a hold of that concept. That I have a good feeling about that. That feels right. That guy rubs me wrong. There's something about him. I just don't have a good feeling about him. Then there's the auditory digital. That's when you're in the thinking part of your brain. That makes sense. That's logical. Let's use a good strategy here, Mike. That's analytical. Words like neuroscience. So if you want to match someone or mirror them, you say the same thing. If they say, look, say, yeah, man, I see what you're saying, right? So you match, hopefully all of them, but just match one of them like I see, because that's visual. They're saying, hey, man, look at this here. You're like, okay, I can picture that, because picture is a visual predicate. You're looking at a picture, looking and picture. So you just match one of the words, and I'll give you a whole list of predicates, by the way. There's a whole list for all of these. If someone goes, hey, man, talk to me. I can't hear what you're saying. So you shift from going, look, man, to, oh, well, maybe this will sound right to you. Sound, I'm pointing to my ear, auditory. Even in the word auditory, okay, that's an auditory word. So yeah, man, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, that rings a bell, because you can hear a bell when it rings, hearing auditory. Now let's move on to kinesthetic. We did kinesthetic, touch and feel. And okay, yeah, so if someone says, hey man, I don't have a good feeling about this. I just can't get a hold of this concept. It doesn't feel right. You literally say, well, let's see if you can grasp onto this if I say it in this way. You might get a warm, strong feeling inside, and you might be able to get a hold of this concept in a way that's solid, grounded, and powerful. And if someone says, let me think, auditory digital, you're in your thinking brain, let me think about this, logically. Say, okay, well, I want this to make sense to you, so it's logical, because when you think about this is going to be very logical. You just spit out those words. A lot of times, you don't even actually have to say something. They're going to look at you. Here's what happened. When you match them, their eyes will pop open, they'll look at you, their breath will stop for a moment, and they'll kind of smile and go, oh yeah, that makes sense, that's logical. And they'll start rambling on like you're their best friend. There was a girl in college, Kim, really beautiful, blue eyes, blonde hair, just a beautiful, cute girl. She was kind of confident too, though, which is kind of like whoa, she's a little bit more aggressive than I'm normally used to. We hit it off really well, and then she pulled away. Hit it off really well, pulled away, and I kind of gave up on her. And then one day, she called up and she did the whole boyfriend. Oh, I'm dating this guy, and I don't think he's in love with me. I don't think he's taking me seriously. And I'm like, oh my god, fuck. Now this was my early 20s. I was like 22, I think. And so I'm like, okay, well, I decided to help her out, and I taught her the predicate system. All I did was teach her the predicate system, and she goes, well, what are you doing right now? I'm like, well, I'm just at home going to make dinner. Why? She goes, can I come over? I'm like, yeah, sure, which I thought was really weird because I hadn't heard from Kim in like a month. She came over, and within minutes, she was, where's the bathroom? Oh, is this your bedroom? Oh, wow, it's nice. And she goes, well, is that a new bed? And she goes, here, do you mind if I let you? And next thing you know, we're making love. So I remember a day or two later, we were at college, we were having lunch together. I'm like, what happened? She goes, what do you mean? I'm like, well, you didn't even talk to me for like 6 weeks or something, and all of a sudden you're at my place and we're making love. She goes, well, it was that thing you did. I'm like, what thing? What are you talking about? She goes, the communication stuff. I'm like, the predicate system? She goes, yeah. If you have rapport with women, they will make love to you. If you don't, they won't. Now, we're about to kick it up to the mastery level, okay? I'm going to show you something that all these videos, like that video I was talking about, when a woman pulls away, blah, 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 just let her go and rebuild your life and go lift weights and maybe start a business and rebuild something so she can see that her pulling away doesn't bother you and that you're confident without her and you're stable, which is true. They need you to be stable. That's what they're looking for. When they pull away, if you start panicking and freaking out, they're like, yeah, this guy's not very stable. So if one of our kids gets hurt or he's dying or choking, this guy's going to panic the fuck out and the kid's going to die. They're literally trying to see if you can handle pressure if you're stable. If you can't handle her pulling away for a week or even a month and you're freaking out, texting her every fucking day and 5 times a day, she's like, yeah, this guy, nope, this is not going to work. Her mating system's looking for stability. That's the number one factor. Stability and safety. Does he flip out and is he an emotional wreck? Is he going to smash me? Is he going to hurt me? Is he going to do something stupid? Stability and here, what is stability? Emotional grounding. Internal awareness and emotional grounding. These are the techniques I'm going to teach you in the course. It is going to blow your mind what I'm going to show you. Teach you and get you to do in a way that'll make sense. Powerfully. I just ran through the predicate system in 5 seconds right there. Did you catch it? Because I wasn't even trying to hide it. People don't notice it even when you just taught them. Okay, we have arrived to our destiny. This is what this video is about. I realized what is going on a very deeply unconscious level. Women aren't aware of this. Sadia Khan's not aware of it. None of these people are aware of this. This is the thing I told you at the very end. This is going to make you feel a lot more comfortable when a woman pulls away because you're like, I see what's going on here. And now you're going to know how to do it. Now you're going to know what to do and how to do it. God, it's like I'm a virgin all over again. This is mastery. Now, when she pulls away, women are playing games. You just broke rapport. You lost. You had a great night. You're getting intimate. You're getting close. And she opened up emotionally to you. And boom. She goes home. What the fuck did I do? What was I thinking? She panics. She freaks out. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Shuts the door. She shuts the phone off. She doesn't return your text messages for a week. How do you respond? Did you send her a text message and then wait? Or did you send another one? And then another one, and then another one. You completely fucking broke rapport. Let me teach you some more quick rapport skills. Now, you're not going to master it here, but you're going to be blown away if you haven't heard this before. I can be looking at your eye blinking, and when you blink your eye and then open it up, I tap my finger on the table. You blink your eye, open up, I tap my finger. I can gain rapport with the blinking of your eye. If I can see the pulse on the inside of your ankle or on your arm somewhere or on your throat, I tap to the rhythm of your heartbeat. This will gain massive rapport. If you cross your right leg over your left, say your right foot over your left ankle, I'll pause and I'll wait 2 or 3 seconds and then I'll cross mine over. Now, if I want to be a little more subtle, I'll match, and there I'll do it the other way, the left over the right. Now you're still doing the same thing, which is rapport. You're just matching. Not the exact thing. Now, let's say you cross your right leg over your left thigh above your knee. Well, if I do that exactly like you, and this is the thing I taught done in reality, I go, the problem is you guys are matching them perfectly. Don't do it perfectly. It's got to be subtle. The key word is subtle. If you ever learn rapport skills, remember, it's got to be subtle. If you do it exact and perfect, you're going to break rapport, and they're going to go, what are you doing? Are you copying me, dude? So let's say they cross their right hand over their left hand when they're sitting down, okay? Or even standing up, just to say they cross the right wrist over the left wrist. Well, you could do the same thing, or you could just cross your left leg over your right leg, or your right leg over your right ankle, foot over your left ankle, etc., right? That will gain massive rapport. Now, another one is speed, tone, tempo, and volume. If you match the speed, you're going to gain rapport. If she's talking really fast, blah, 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 and you're like really talking slow, you want to know what most men do? Okay, I did it today. I was in a hurry. I was starving. I went into Taco Bell just get one of those little burritos. And the girl, she liked me. She was super cute. And I was talking fast because I was in a hurry. I was trying to beat her because it's been raining in California for days lately. And I'm trying to beat the rain. It's just starting to rain. I'm talking fast. And she's like, oh, shit. And she pulled it. I'm like, oh, fuck, I just blew it. Because that girl was fucking cute. But I blew it because she was in a central mood because she liked me. Here I am talking. I'm up in my forehead. Completely breaking rapport. Now let's talk about tone. Now, like pianos like do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, fa, sol, mi, re, do, do. That's an octave. Okay, so there's 8 notes in an octave. Now, if she's talking up here like this, you don't go, she's going to be like, what the fuck, are you gay? Like, what do you, why do you got a falsetto all of a sudden? What you're going to do, though, is you're going to match the note at a lower octave. It doesn't matter what octave. It could be 1 octave below or 2 octaves below. So if you're matching her note an octave below or 2 octaves below, she's going to start feeling very, very comfortable with you. See, the human body is the animal body. And animals gain rapport. That's why dogs do this whole sniffing thing, and you sniff my butt, I'll sniff your butt, and I'm kind of lowering my head. These are all rapport skills. I'm going to throw one more at you, and I think that's enough for now. Okay? Here's another one that'll blow people away. Chunk size. C-H-U-N-C-K, chunk. Now, I don't mean your fat ass if you're chunky like hers. But here's the deal. People that have the same weight, they tend to gain rapport. But here's the deal. Let's say you're a big dude and you like petite little women. All you have to do is rapport skills. You don't have to be petite. Now, here's something that men, the modern male, are doing. You're getting manipulated and tricked into being turned into being feminine. It's a whole fucking joke and it's a game on you. And women are very aware of it. You guys are doing all these face moisturizers and you're doing all this like looking pretty in these tight little jeans. And dude, you guys are fucking looking like women. Why? On an unconscious level, you're trying to gain rapport. You're trying to lose weight. You're trying to wear these super, super tight thigh jeans that show your ass and your thigh. You're becoming a fucking woman. Women are not gaining rapport with that. That breaks rapport. Some of you guys are doing this beauty stuff. It's like, what the be a fucking man. She's supposed to be pretty. You're supposed to be ugly. That's the way it was designed. And women are attracted to that. So now you understand rapport, okay? Now when I do it with you, I'm going to do something and I'm going to make your body do something. And you're like, how the fuck did you do that? It's your unconscious animal body. And then you're going to go, so that's leading. Yes, once you do that, her unconscious mind, her unconscious animal body will willingly lean, move forward, walk faster, walk slow. She will follow, and she'll do it happily. You don't have to force her or trick her or manipulate her. And you're going to finally understand what it means to be the leader. Women are saying this, A, and you guys are thinking, alpha male, do steroids, get strong, get a good haircut. You know, all this bullshit that has nothing to do with being a leader. All right, now let's go back to what this video is about. So here's the deal, guys. When women pull away, she wants you to go on with your life. Because now you're matching her. This is the ultimate mating system game, trying to go, does this guy truly understand deep, deep rapport? Now, women will say, oh, match her energy. What the fuck does that even mean, match her energy? Here's what it means. Let's say you had a great night, and she texts you when she gets home. I had such a great time. I'm so happy I came over. I'm really looking forward to seeing you again. And then, boom, you don't hear from her for 5 days. You can text her in return, either that night or the next day. But do not text again. Remember, it's about matching and mirroring. So if she texts you like, oh, thank you very much, I had such a great time, blah, 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 looking forward to see you, and then you text her 3 times the next day or that night, she's going to be like, you're breaking rapport. Please understand, women do not know what's happening. They are not going, oh, well, yeah, I did it once. I sent 1 long text and he sent 3 long texts. Well, I'm never seeing him again. Fuck him. This is completely unconscious. Most women have never heard of these rapport skills. Have you? Even if they have, their unconscious mind, their mating system still goes through this process. So you text her back, had a great time, can't wait to see you again. Boom, done. Leave it, move on with your fucking life. Now, let's say she doesn't text you for 5 days. Do not fucking text her. Match her. Match what she is doing. Now, let's say it goes beyond 5 days. Let's say 6 or 7. Well, send her 1 text. But I'm telling you, don't do it again or it's over. Now, let's go back to chunk size. I didn't quite finish that, so I got distracted with the whole chunky thing. So chunk size means, let's say she talks to you in 4 paragraphs. So you've got 4 or 5 sentences per paragraph. So that's probably, I don't know, 200 words or whatever. If you go, oh, okay, she's going to get pissed. Now, I do this to my clients where they blah, 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 blah. I go, uh-huh. And then they blah, 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 uh-huh. Yeah, I understand. Blah, 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 blah. And they talk for paragraph after paragraph. And they're like, God damn it, are you even fucking listening? And these are guys. I'm like, dude, I'm purposely not matching your chunk size. And therefore you're getting pissed. You see it now. I'm like, oh my God, is that what you were doing? I'm like, yeah, because you didn't believe me until I did it to you. Now what I'm doing, I'm actually gaining rapport by talking and talking and talking and talking like he was. And all of a sudden they release and they relax, like, oh man, is that what you're doing? And they don't even know that I'm fucking gaining rapport. They don't fucking know. And I'm teaching it to them in that moment. That very specific thing. And I'm doing it. Guys, I'm a mad scientist. You think I'm kidding? I'm not joking. The more you learn from me, the more you be like, dude, you're fucking dangerous. Now, let's give you another idea. So let's say you had a great date. You know, she got home. She said, I got home safe. I'm locked myself in, locked the door. I'm inside. Had a great time. I'm so looking forward to see you again. Text her back about the same amount. It doesn't even have to. Now, here's the thing. Let's say they talk in 4 paragraphs. Don't give a like a 2 or 3 word answer, like a half a sentence. Do at least 2, maybe 3 sentences. That's enough to gain rapport. But if you give like 1 or 2 words or 1 sentence to her 4 paragraphs, after a while, she's gonna be like, dude, like you're not even trying. And this is why women will scream at men, you're not even trying. You're like, what? I'm listening to you. What do you mean? It's breaking rapport. Now, let's say let's say you text her back, the next morning, or maybe it was the same night, and just leave it. So then let's say she doesn't text you for 2 days, and then she texts you. Well, wait at least a day, or at least 12 hours, and then text her back. Because if you text her right away, like within the next 20 minutes or 15 minutes, you're breaking rapport. And see, when you break rapport with people, their body starts to feel this creepy feeling like, ooh, something doesn't feel, I don't like this feeling. He's clingy. It's like he's controlling. Here's the funny thing. You can be extremely controlling as long as you have rapport. So let's say she texts you a day later. Well, maybe wait a half a day, 6 hours or something, or maybe a whole day. Match her energy. Match and mirror. So let's say you guys get really, really close again. Well, open up and get really, really close. And let's say she pulls away again. You don't hear from her for 5 days. Don't text her. So it doesn't mean you can never text her, but it means like don't do it a lot and don't do it right away. If she's giving you space, give her space. Match that. Match her energy. That's what women are saying when they say match energy. Match the energy. You can match and mirror anything. If she buys you small gifts, eventually buy her a small gift. If she eats at a certain pace, eat at that pace. Now here's one that I did as an experiment. I was making love with this girl, and this was probably like 24, 25 years old. And I'm just breathing in and out with her. So when she breathed in, I breathed out so her chest could go into mine. When she breathed out, that's when I breathed in because my chest expanded. So our chests were going back and forth, staying together at the same time. Now, after I did that for a while, I thought, well, I guess it didn't really do anything. I mean, it made me feel closer to her, though. Afterwards, she goes, I don't know what you were doing, but I felt so close to you. I've never felt so intimate and so vulnerable with a man in my entire life. I felt like we were at one. And I'm like, oh my God, this shit fucking works. Look, guys, I just gave you some gold. You've got to either hire me, $97 per session, or actually, you know what? For this month, in December, I don't know if this is going to come out in December, though, because we're getting towards the end of the line. I've got a bunch of videos lined up. I might just kick this out early. So for this month, it's $79. For next month, I'll keep the $97, okay? If you can't do that, then buy one of my books. Buy my book, Crack the Female Code. It will blow your mind. Throw some support back. This was an awesome video, some great techniques. Another thing you can do is take my course, Crack the Female Code, and change your life. Now, if you can't do any of those, at least go to the PayPal link in the description box and leave me a donation. It's freaking Christmas. I've been kicking these videos out. This video kicked ass. Go to my website, check it out, buy my book, Crack the Female Code, or buy the Ultimate Package. I might change the name to the Ultimate Seduction Package. $79 per session till the end of this month. As many sessions as you want to get in. I recommend getting in 3. That's it, guys. God bless you. I'll see you in the next video. Remember, click subscribe, click the like button, go ahead and make a comment, and make a donation. I'll see you on the other side.